Hey there, Scorpio! Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates. Alright, so today I've got a brand new deck that my Scorpio husband bought for me called the Supernatural deck. And it is a limited edition. So I'm super excited. And let me just give these one really good shuffle, old school. I typically don't do that, but these cards are so new that you pretty much just have to. Alright, so your first card is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is your present and current situation. So the reading that we're doing this week is called the Apple Pie. And it's based off of kind of a mindset of Sam and Dean. And the situation in the show was, you know, Dean was kind of giving Sam a hard time about, you know, him wanting the apple pie lifestyle, you know, basically the white picket fence and the 2 kids and the happy suburbanite life. So, you know, they kind of got in a little qualm about it because, you know, he felt like that his brother needed to be out on the road with him, killing demons and such, because that's his calling, and that's his family history. So, the whole idea, though, is, you know, whatever it is that is your apple pie, then that is what, you know, is your goal in life. So your first card, your present card, is the Nine of Pentacles, which typically means that, you know, you're almost there getting what you want, but there's just that there's one little thing that's not, you know, you know, you've refined your life and you've done everything that you want to do, but there's something that's just not quite right. And even after whatever you've been through, you know, you're missing something. So the apple pie card is the second card we pull. So that's this one. This is going to represent whatever it is that you are dreaming of. The King of Pentacles. Look, it's Crowley. You wish that you were the king of hell, right? Okay. So that one says, depending on which one you get, you got pentacles. So the pentacles are, so it says here that the card that represents pentagrams, is what they call them in this particular deck, indicates your desires involve your home life, your career, your possessions, and other aspirations of the physical realm, and your relationship to it. So you really do want the white picket fence. Alright, and it's funny that Crowley is the one that represents that, but that's kind of funny. Alright, and then for the obstacle that's in your way, stopping you from having your white picket fence, is the Two of Blades, which is like the Two of Swords. And it says, what obstacles are holding you back? This card placement reveals the behaviors, beliefs, and obstacles currently preventing you from achieving your goal. Alright, so blades have to do with swords, and let me see here. So this might have something to do with someone from a fire sign. And oh, I'm sorry, air sign. Air sign or blades. Okay. I know this. I'm losing it, y'all. I'm just nervous and losing it. Ooh, okay. Now, You've got the Magician, which is God, or as God likes to be referred to in this deck, maybe the Magician. Alright, so this particular card is Earth signs. Earth signs are, the Magician is specifically Virgo. So there might be a Virgo in your life that is the Magician. And this is the action that you need to take in order to get to your King of Pentagrams that you've got here. Alright, so let's go ahead and read these cards. So your present situation, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Now I gave you the basic rundown, but let's read the card straight from the book and see what Sam and Dean have to say about it. So we've got the Nine of Pentagrams. I'm loving it. Okay. I know I sound like I just drove through McDonald's, but I'm loving it. The Nine of Pentagrams indicates wealth, material abundance, healthy finances, and satisfaction of living comfortably, knowing that you have everything that you need. Perfect. I love it. So that is what's standing in the way of what you're wanting to accomplish. No, I'm serious. It says, this card represents the overall theme or your current chapter of your life. Okay? But what you really want is the King of Pentagrams. So let's see what that says. Alright, and don't forget that this card is associated with earth signs, okay? Earth signs. King of Pentagrams, here we go. Upright, Crowley. Crowley is the slick, power-hungry demon who's always game for striking a good deal. The King of Pentacles is a shrewd, business-savvy figure who builds a lasting, secure, abundant empire. This tarot card advises you to consider the long-term impact of your decisions and focus on setting yourself up for future success. Alright, so maybe this is what you've got right now, and I know that this life, this white picket fence life is very expensive, and it takes a constant income. Anything like a pandemic or a job loss could tilt the scales and destroy your happy little life. So what it seems like to me is, you might need to have somebody who's got your back, right? Somebody who can step in and make sure, your partner, your loved one, is the one who's got to have your back. If you don't have a lover, then let's read this Two of Swords and find out what is blocking you. So this is what's holding you back. This is your obstacle right here, this Two of Swords, which typically in the traditional deck represents a relationship, two people in a relationship. So if your relationship is holding you back from what you really, really want in life, which is happiness, ultimately. Two of... I keep looking for swords, but it's not even that. It's called blades. Alright, so Two of Blades. I absolutely love this deck. The only thing is it's very ass backwards. Alright? So, in other words, the major arcana is in the front instead of the back, and the kings and queens and pages are at the front, and then the pentacles that go with it, the ace comes after the king instead of the ace first and then the king at the end of the deck. It's kind of weird about this deck, but other than that, I really love it. So let's see what this Two of Blades says. The Two of Blades represents tough decision to be made, particularly in regard to beliefs, convictions, and moral compass. This card advises you to stay true to yourself, which is the best advice I can give too. Definitely stay true to yourself. If you're in a relationship that is making you compromise your belief system, your values, or anything like that, then just make sure that you let your moral compass guide you. Alright? And I actually have, after my mom passed, I made a whole 12 or 15 nautical stars, just kind of like as a direction, just somewhat of a direction to point, to remind you to look up, and not down, not get sad, not get depressed. Alright, so let's pull some lovers cards. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so for your nine of Pentacles, which usually has to do with earth signs, so you've pretty much got everything you've ever wanted, but you're missing that one thing, which to me it seems like long-term stability. That's what you're concerned about. It shows that you've got the 7-year itch. So maybe you're in a relationship that has become a little bit stalemate. But don't worry, if that is the case, then, or maybe it's your job. It could be anything that you've been doing for a long time and you're just tired of it. And being that you're craving some type of long-term stability, that might have something to do with it. The Boss Man. Okay, right next to the King of Pentagrams, we have the Boss Man, which is a very green individual. They truly, truly love the earth. They are, just like this is a pentacle sign, it has to do with earth. This also says green right here on it. It's a green card, so it has to do with cultivating, kind of like you reap what you sow. So, this man knows that whatever he puts out, he's going to get back tenfold. And he's very much so like a cosmopolitan. So he's like, an up-and-standing citizen of the city. Alright? And there you go. I haven't drawn a picture yet for this one. If you want to suggest a picture in the comments for the cosmopolitan man. I'm thinking like Superman, right? Alright, civilized, green, idealistic. Now, the opposite though, and it is upside down, is raw or naive. So they might rub you the wrong way if you get on their bad side. Alright, and then we got the Two of Blades. The Gammon. Alright, so the Two of Blades was saying, basically that, that you have pretty much got what you wanted here, out of the Two of Blades, which was, what did it say? How did it put it? The Two of Blades says, a tough decision to be made, particularly in regard to your beliefs, convictions, and moral compass. This advises you to stay true to yourself. Alright, so don't do anything that the devil made me do it. Bullshit, right? Okay, the Gammon. So this is like the tomboy. She's the mischievous, okay, otherwise known as the mischievous fat cat. Someone who's playful spirit, very charming, boyish charm. So this is a girl, though. She's, but it could be, if it's reversed, a tycoon. Someone will take your last pennies, okay? So watch out, because, you don't know what kind of person you might be dealing with. But this one says panhandler is the opposite of the gammon. Alright, so a gammon is like a very well-to-do person who is kind of tomboyish, though, you know? Alright, so we never did read the Magician card before, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the Lover's card and read it and this card together. So we're going to pull you a Lover's card. And trauma bonded. Okay, so in case you don't watch Supernatural, this character plays God. He plays the character of God. And it looks like your karmic love is the card that you're getting here, Scorpio. So karmic love is like, you know, you're getting what has been dealt to you because of your karma in your love life. Okay, so whatever you do in your love life, don't think that it's not going to come back to you tenfold like it would any other day, okay? And anyone who doesn't believe in karma, obviously, isn't paying attention, right? I strongly feel like your vibrations, positive or negative, really, really do affect your brain. If you have negative vibes, it actually affects how your brain works. It's not just hoodoo, voodoo, like, you know, magical. It's real. It is really gonna change you. And you know, if you've ever studied music, that the vibes can even, like certain vibes, they used to test to see if it would cause you a seizure. So that is like a huge sign right there, that the vibes that you put off, you know, they actually vibrate. The words that you say are actually negative connotations. And so that's why I don't really love doing the narcissist readings, but I just strongly feel like some people don't know what they've got themselves into, and you don't know unless you have done some research on it. But let's take a look at the Magician. So the Magician has to do with Virgo. And let's see. Oh, it's the first card. No, it's not the first. Oh, the second card. Or, yeah, it is the first card, because the Fool is the first, but it's 0. So Chuck is God's name. He is playing God's character. Sorry, I got a makeup filter on, because it's sweaty up in Mississippi without the air on. Y'all know the sacrifices I make. I better get some likes, and some comments, and some shares, and some subscribes, okay? Just as Chuck is the ultimate source of almighty creative power, the wielder of the pen, God himself, the Magician, tarot card is a reminder to embrace your own infinite potential. Alright, so much like the books that he writes and come true because he is God, the very things that you write, say, and do definitely will have karmic balancing effect. Alright, so this one's upright. It says, the Magician is full of inspired action. You are the writer of your own story. This is so true. And you can manifest the future that you want for yourself if you concentrate and put decisive action and momentum behind your creative vision. Alright, so I have to read the reversed as well, just because, you know, I want to know. Have you been doubting yourself lately? This does not apply to you, okay? I'm just reading it because I was wondering, because I'm a Virgo, and it's the Virgo card. It says, Have you been doubting yourself lately? Reversed, the magician becomes unsure of what steps to take next. Don't rush yourself. Take a break. And trust the process. You'll feel inspired to step back into your full power soon. Okay, so maybe you have had a trauma bond. Maybe there is like some kind of all-consuming love that you don't want to let go of, but you're unable to stabilize. You know, you don't feel stable because you didn't get, you know, this long-term stability that you're looking for in your apple pie type of situation. So I say, let's pull a narcissist card. So this is kind of just like the typical situation for most people, whether you have kids or not. You know, if you get into a relationship, and even if you're alone, you know, if you're alone, you're still not going. This Nine of Pentacles is going to be missing that one thing, the love of your life, right? If you're not alone, you know, the 7-year itch, it's just that purgatory type place that you find yourself in, especially during the middle of a pandemic where you can't run away. You can't do anything. You just like stalemate. You don't even want to. You just want to lay on the couch and wait until it's over. If anybody's feeling depressed because of the situation that we've gone through with you know, the pandemic and staying at home, it'll make you crazy. It'll literally give you cabin fever. So I highly recommend that you get out of the house and do something to better yourself. If you can't, then maybe buy yourself a canvas and try to, you know, put some of those feelings on art. Oh my goodness. Okay, your first narcissist card is revenge. Revenge, okay? That's no good. Alright, sorry, I gotta move some cards around so I can fit these on here. Alright, so you might be feeling the 7-year itch. You've got, you're laying down what you want, writing it down, making some kind of plans, but you're trauma bonded. Doesn't have to be your lover that you're trauma bonded to. It could be any bad relationship that, you know, you feel obligated to stay in. And since it's representing God, it could even be a toxic religion. You know, a bunch of people killed their cult leader the other day. Okay, revenge. Alright, so normally on my narcissist cards, I have the front and the back side. So, revenge is, you know, it's not something that you ever really win at, because every single, you know, you might get back at that person, but how many other people are you going to have to cross and burn down those bridges in order to get back at that person that burnt your bridge down? So, careful with revenge, because it can come back and bite you. Projecting. Alright, your next narcissist card is projecting. Just because I didn't do it the way that you wanted me to do it, just because I'm not, just because I didn't this or what, that's excuses, okay? Whenever, people start projecting their anger and their irritation upon you, that's them, projecting their, you know, whatever on you, instead of taking in, like, you're trying to tell them something, you're trying to criticize them, possibly. Be careful with the criticizing, okay? Because it can really come back to haunt you. It says, you interrupted me. Okay. So, you know, I oftentimes feel that there are patterns in relationships So sometimes you can't get a word in edgewise with some people. You don't have a choice but to interrupt them and say, hey, it's my turn. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to make a point here. Especially if you have someone who's like, you know, just like a trash compactor coming out of their mouth and they just will not shut up, going on and on and on. So that's the kind of negativity that you don't really want to suffer through, and it definitely ends a lot of relationships. I would say that's definitely a good karmic love example. Alright, I'm going to pull one more card. So this is the wrong deck, but I'm going to say it anyway. Intuition. Alright, I don't feel like intuition is something that you should really trust when it comes to love, because, you should really get to know a person on more than just what they say. Go to their family, meet their family. Go to their friends, meet their friends. If they don't have any family or friends, then you need to do some Google searches and make sure that the people that you're dating are who they say they are. Especially if you're in a new relationship. If you've been with someone for 20 years and it's getting rough, then sure, maybe Google something. You never know what you might find. Alright? You don't want anybody throwing a brick at your hurricane windows thinking that they're gonna get in. Okay. People do this, okay? People are crazy. Alright, so none of these are really, sticking out to me. So I'm gonna pull one more. It doesn't feel like any of this is really, really gonna solve or make or break the situation. Okay, psychological manipulators. Okay, so now that sounds about right. Okay, psychological manipulators, how to overcome it. So some signs: gaslighting, strategy to get others to conform to their needs. A person trying to convince another that they are losing touch with reality. Alright, so this is like, bad parents who party it up all the time, and they give their kids, this is actually a YouTube video I saw about this lady talking about her narcissist parents left her at home. They were there though, they partied it up in the other part of the house, but they left her alone in this huge house, and they were rich, and she was talking about, and it also reminds me of the books I used to read from V.C. Andrews, okay? Narcissistic Parents, V.C. Andrews, read it. Make someone dependent upon you, alright? Make somebody crazy from gaslighting them. Social interactions. Strengthen yourself, okay? Don't allow their lies to psychologically turn you crazy. It's called jaded, Drugs can cause you to become jaded. So how to overcome it? Subtle manipulation. You'll start to notice patterns. Keep a private journal. And when I say private, I mean you better hide it somewhere good, like not even at your house. And then you can make yourself a blog and keep it personal, and then you can log into it, unless your lover is like a keylogger or something crazy like that. You don't have anything to worry about, okay? So keep yourself a journal, because if you are really with someone this toxic and they are literally trying to manipulate you into thinking you're crazy, if you even think for a second that you're going crazy, then you need to start writing it down. And not only that, but if they are trying to take advantage of you, then you'll have proof, records of it, if you end up in the court. If you talk to others, they will point it out. Like, who are you talking to? What are you doing talking to them? Why are you calling them? Alright? Detach. Realize it is not about you. The situation's going on does not have anything to do with you. Detach yourself from it, and, I'm going to tell you how to kill a tick, right? So I have cats. They get ticks all the time. You just have to suffocate them out of your life. Take some alcohol, suffocate them, rip that tick off, throw it away, smash it, kill it. Don't let it come back to get you. It will come back. It will crawl back and get you while you're sleeping. Alright, so don't think that you can just rip the tick off and throw it down and it won't come back, because it will. Alright, is it worth maintaining the relationship? This is for a psychologist to answer this question. I cannot. If you feel in any way, shape, or form like these things apply to you, you definitely need to go to a professional and find out if you're losing it. Alright? And that's totally okay. People try to manipulate others all the time. And you know where they get it? From the people who, raise them. Okay? So don't take it personally. Just do what you gotta do to take care of you. And that's all that you can do, okay? Even if they send their flying monkeys after you, it's okay. Gaslighting goes along with flying monkeys, not taking any responsibility. All of your friends love the narcissist, on-again, off-again relationships, playing the victim, and being unavailable when you need them. Alright, so I hope this reading resonates with you. Scorpio, 30-minute reading. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you all day, but if you do enjoy the readings, please tell me if you like my new deck. I'm definitely going to use it again next week. Tell me if you got your apple pie. Alright, are you stuck in a karmic love battle? I hope not. If you are, though, don't worry. Don't worry. You've almost got it. You're at the 9 of Pentacles. Okay? There's just this one little thing that you have to overcome. It's just a little gap. You're just going to build a little bridge in your heart and just keep moving forward, okay? You've got this. Anywho, if you do, like, subscribe, come back and see me.